Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Index Podcast. Today, I am joined by my co-host Hunter Willis.
Hey, and we are also joined today by two juniors who I happen to know very well, Simone LaBillois-Steffens and Anika Larson. You guys can introduce yourselves, say if you got anything going on right now.
I'm Anika. I guess right now I'm just sitting on the couch with my dog, but looking forward to the end of the school year.
Yep, I'm Simone, and I'm doing about the same thing right now. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, our first topic that we have for today, we've been using on most of our guests as of late, but this might be a little bit more unique because you guys are juniors and are a little bit more on the precipice of the college search journey. But so, what are you guys' plans for secondary school after high school?
For me, I think that I'm kind of looking at going to Madison just because I like the idea of the campus there, and I've visited it a lot, and I just love it there. And I love the idea of being kind of close to my friends and being close to my family and people at home, but also being far enough away.
All right. So, what do you think you'd major in at Madison?
I'm really interested in like political science and law, so maybe something to do with that.
Oh, nice. What about you, Annika?
Looking at schools mostly on the East Coast, or I'm looking at maybe doing a program where I'd be 2 years in the U.S. and 2 years abroad. Um, but I will hopefully major in international relations or global affairs,
Wow.
and maybe minor in Spanish. So that's my plan for now.
Some pretty big stuff there. What do you guys want? Like, what's the end goal as of right now? I know we're still young, but for career paths.
I'm still pretty unsure of what I want to do. I'm hoping like as I learn more and maybe go to college, I'll find something I'm interested in, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm a little bit in the same boat with Simone, but I think that maybe I'd like to pursue a career in global health policy. Um, Not really sure about that. Maybe I'll end up taking more of an anthropology philosophy route, but we'll see what happens.
Wow. So this question is a little bit more geared towards Simone, but so soccer is like women's soccer is usually a spring sport, right?
Yes.
Okay. So well, how's that going right now? Just in general, first of all.
So our season was shortened a lot because there's both fall and spring sports in the spring now. So we have like sometimes 3 games a week and like multiple days in a row, but overall our team is doing really well. We're second in the league right now, so it's pretty exciting.
Nice.
How far into your season are you guys this year?
We're fairly far and we've played I want to say like at least like 5 games, so but we still have a lot to go.
What's your guys' record right now?
I want to say we've won all our games and we've only tied 1 game, but I'm not sure exactly what our record is.
Nice. That's pretty good. So when you say in the league, that's talking about the FEA conference, or I don't know how they
Yes,
rank them.
correct.
All right.
Yes.
Who are you guys behind right now?
Appleton North, and we're playing them tonight,
Oh
so
wow.
we'll see.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck.
Luck. Thank you.
So you're on varsity, right?
Yes, I am.
Any big goals? Any fun stories so far this year?
Fun stories. The best story was probably on senior night when our goalkeeper actually got to take a penalty kick and score at the end of the game.
I
So
heard
that
about
was really
that.
exciting. Yes.
Was it like was it just not even a close game and just decided to have fun, or?
Yeah, it was like 2-0 at that point, but we just like couldn't score the whole game until the end, and then at the very end, there was a penalty kick, and our goalkeeper like sprinted across the field and took it and scored. So that was just very exciting overall.
Nice, nice.
I was at that game. That was very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Especially I've known McKenna since I was really young. That was so funny to
Mm-hmm.
watch especially as a goalkeeper scoring the free kick. That was so funny to me.
Yeah, it was.
I think I've been to one varsity game so far, and it was the tie against Fond du Lac.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was it was still very eventful though. Like
Yeah, it was
I'm
a good game.
yeah. Well, I'm one of those people who like before this year was kind of like unsure about soccer games just because like the scoring is low and I'm like, oh well, if they don't score a lot, it's not that exciting. But it was definitely an exciting experience. So.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, good luck tonight against Appleton North.
Thank you.
Is it at Titan or?
Nope, it's away at Appleton North tonight.
Nice. So that brings me to my next question or topic here. For Anika, for sports, I know that you were a part of the tennis team. I know that season's over now. I don't know, is that usually a spring sport as well?
No, normally it's a fall sport. Yeah, so we'll actually then have our actual season in 3 months.
Dang. So have you done tennis before this year?
Yeah, I've played tennis since I was little, and I've been on this last year was my second year playing varsity. But yeah, it was really fun, and we actually ended up winning conference, which was great. We sent like 5 people to state, which was also really great. So we had a good season. It was really fun.
That's cool. Was it any like different playing in the spring versus the fall, or was it not too noticeable?
It was different because we were actually indoors. We play outside, for almost the entire season. But we practiced indoors. Most of our matches were indoors, so it was very different in that regard, just because it's very different outside and inside tennis. But yeah, normally we go to a lot of overnight tournaments, and we were only able to do that once this season, but I think it was still a good season.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys won conference, I mean, so
Yeah.
so
We
would you?
beat Nina, so.
Oh well, I mean that's always a good thing. I know in swimming, Nina's always kind of the goal for the team to beat, but
Yeah. Nina did go on to we may have beat him in conference, but they then were state runner-up, and we certainly weren't, so.
so you said you guys won conference. Do you guys have any like fun? Do you have any fun stories from the tennis season this year?
Oh gosh. Well, none come to mind immediately, but I do think of this one story from last year where we went to Chick-fil-A after a tournament back in like August 2019, and this one girl on our team was just like obsessed with the sauce. So we all went and asked for like 10 extra and brought them all to her seat while she was in the bathroom, and she came back to just this mountain of Chick-fil-A sauce. It was hilarious.
That's cool. So, are you worried about the tennis season? How you're only getting like a 3-month break, or do you think you'll be fine going back to it that soon?
Well, currently I'm actually not allowed to play tennis because I have a knee injury.
Oh.
So I'm out of the track season, but hoping that will allow me to heal to be ready for August.
Wow, I did not know that. So this one's another question kind of geared towards Anika, and this is a question that I've been excited to ask about just because it definitely aligns with my personal interests. So you're a part of that United States Senate Youth Program, right, Anika?
Yes. Yep. I'm one of 2 Wisconsin delegates.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, first of all, or maybe tell some of the listeners that might not know a ton about it?
Absolutely. So, this is a program where 2 students are selected from each state to represent their state in Washington Week, which is pretty much where everybody is flown out to Washington, D.C. We did it online this year, which was kind of sad, but understandable. But normally delegates are all flown out to D.C. and then for a week, um, you stay there and you tour places like the Pentagon and the White House, and you get a lot of behind the scenes things, and you actually get to speak with and meet with the president, cabinet members. We got to talk to Clarence Thomas, who's a Supreme Court justice, and just a lot more really interesting people who country pretty much. So it was really cool.
So some very cool experiences there, obviously.
Yes, yeah. And they give you money for college, so that's never
That's always a good thing.
never a bad thing.
Do you know, do you know anybody else that's in the program, like that you knew beforehand, or?
I did not know anybody else in the program beforehand, but what's actually funny is I've found that I have like mutuals with people where like people I know will know them, so it's kind of funny to find those, but I've honestly made some of my best friends in like the whole world in this program, and I've only known them for like 5 months now or something now, which is crazy, but yeah.
That's really cool. So, obviously you talked about some of the influential people that you've met, but I believe that you spoke with Ron Johnson as well, right?
Yes,
you got
I
a
did.
little Zoom call with him?
Yeah, I have yet to have my Zoom call with Tammy Baldwin, but I did have my Zoom call with Ron Johnson.
How did that go? Can you give me like a rundown of what you guys talked about and what he had to say and whatnot?
It was interesting. Well, so I'm someone who disagrees with Ron Johnson very much politically. But I think it was interesting to hear what he had to say and hear how he reacted to questions. I'll actually pull up on my phone. I have a list of, I don't need to go through this, but of like stuff that he said that I thought was interesting or weird or
What is a highlight of Ron Johnson's that you could tell the listeners?
Well, I'll give you. He did try and convince us that Obamacare tripled the national debt. Sorry,
That's an interesting
which-
take there.
it was an interesting take. He told us. Oh, I think my favorite though was that he told us not to believe everything we read about him in the press. At least 10 times he told us that, which I thought. But
I mean, as a politician,
But-
you gotta be wary
yeah,
of your
you
self-image.
gotta
It does sound like something a career politician would say.
Right.
Yeah.
And just keep in
Yeah.
mind, while the
But
Index
I thought it was
podcast,
interesting to hear from him.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
While just something to keep in mind, while the Index podcast is officially bipartisan, the guests do not need to stay neutral on topics and can express their minds if they want to.
Yes. My organization is, hey, I'll put this out there. Let's Vote Wisconsin is nonpartisan.
Yep.
The political beliefs of Simone and I have nothing to do with how we run our organization. But yeah, I'll just put that out there as well.
Yeah, it's probably good to get out there.
Very good disclaimer.
Right. So, talking about you and Simone, actually, I know last summer, really, you guys started a program called Let's Vote Wisconsin, and you guys got your social media page. You got to spread the word a little bit. What was the end goal of that program that you set up?
I would say our long-term goal is to see an actual like measurable increase in the voter turnout. So with our bill that we're actually introducing, we want to see within 10 to 15 years like a % change in like younger voters that are participating. So we just want to increase voter participation overall, I would say.
And
Yeah,
a bipartisan organization, right?
Yes, correct.
Yep. Or nonpartisan.
Or yeah, sorry.
Nonpartisan.
Yeah, nonpartisan.
You're good. Pretty much the same thing, kind of. Yeah, I'd say another one of our big goals is to have a statewide program where high school students will partner with local elementary or local middle schools, and go in and give presentations about voting, because we really want to help. Also, just encourage those community connections between students while educating kids about voting.
Yeah, that's a very, very cool organization you guys set up, and I know that as like kind of a, this is kind of me exposing myself, but kind of a political and history geek. I know I was pretty excited to see, someone taking action in the community and doing something that can genuinely affect, like legislation and the way that things are run. It was a very cool thing as an outsider to see. I know at one point I wanted to be a volunteer for it, but I never really found the time. But if you guys are looking for a volunteer, I'm just saying I'm open at any time.
We will always take volunteers, so we will contact you. That is for sure.
Awesome. So what is your progress right now on that bill?
I think we're allowed to announce this.
Yes.
But it's actually, our bill is being introduced formally to the Wisconsin House of Representatives this upcoming week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, along with a package of other bills that are pro youth voting and helping youth register for voting. But a little bit about our bill is that it would require 1 hour of voter education per school year in all K through 12 classrooms in Wisconsin. And so there are like extra requirements that are per grade level, but we think that research has found that when students are exposed to voting from a young age, especially in the home, they will, that's the number one factor of if they're going to vote or not. So we're kind of hoping to emulate that. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but
Yeah, no problem. That's an Index podcast exclusive, I believe, right there.
yeah, you guys are the first ones to hear it.
Awesome. So some big news there. So, transitioning away from that, Joe has compiled. I did not advise the guests of this beforehand, but Joe has compiled a list of
Yes.
United States trivia. Is that right?
Yes, sir, I have.
And I believe that he's going to pin Anika and Simone against each other for this second half of the podcast here.
Oh boy.
Wow. Here we go. We'll see.
All right. So this is gonna be kind of like a Jeopardy style. So we're gonna have, I'd say, about 8 to 10 questions for you two, 1 point each, and then at the end we'll do kind of like a final Jeopardy. You bet your points. We've done this before on the podcast, but it's more of a U.S. government, just U.S. in general style questions for you guys. Obviously with the Let's Vote Wisconsin, it's kind of a little tied in there, a little connected.
Of course.
So we are going to have you two compete and see who knows the most of U.S. trivia, whether that be useless information or not.
Okay. I feel like Hunter would win this.
I think Hunter would win this.
Should I
we were all
compete? Because I don't
playing.
have the trivia list. So should I compete?
Good. Yeah.
You're
Hunter-
gonna blow us out of the water.
Yeah,
I
I think
Okay.
Hunter's gonna win.
Hey, don't hype me up like that, all right? I underperform when I'm hyped up.
Yeah, don't disappoint.
Yeah. Now you have to win.
Right. See, I see the tactics.
I think if Hunter would like to join, I say we could let Hunter in this. I think we go for it, Hunter.
Yeah.
If you'd like to go for it.
All right, I will join in on this, I guess. So how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do like a rotation type thing, or?
We will. I'll have. Oh, you know what? Since there's 3 of you now, I'll do 2 or 3 questions for each of you. I think that's probably about right. 3 or
Okay.
4 maybe. And they'll all be different, but we will go from there.
All right.
All right. So we're starting off with a bit of a hard one,
Okay.
and I'll go in Discord order. So,
Okay.
Monica, what
Oh
state
gosh.
is the geographical center of the United States in? Take your time if you want. Think about it.
Yeah, because you guys can just cut this out, can't you? Let me let me do a little thinking here.
Do we have any Jeopardy music on hand?
Yeah, get some Jeopardy music as I like, because I don't want. It's not Iowa. It's not. Is it Nebraska? It could be. Might be Kansas though. I feel like it's either Nebraska or Kansas. I'm gonna have to take a guess here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say Nebraska.
All right. The answer was Missouri.
I would have said Missouri. I was gonna say Missouri.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right next to Nebraska and Kansas.
All right. I will. I'll keep a little scoreboard here.
I got the scoreboard on my screen.
Do you? All right.
Yeah,
all
I
right,
got like a little visual going.
All right. So Hunter, you're next in the Discord order.
Yep.
What is the call sign of the president's helicopter?
Oh gosh.
They're difficult questions.
Yeah.
The call sign of the president's helicopter.
No Google, Hunter.
I'm not Googling. Oh gosh. I'm not 100% sure what a call sign is. Is it like a word or like a signal?
I think it just means like what they say, like what it is, like like the name.
The name of the president's helicopter.
I could be wrong.
Gosh.
But I do have the answer. So.
I have no idea. I'm not even gonna guess. What is it?
All right. It is Marine One is the answer.
Ah, that makes sense.
All right. So we are currently tied at 0-0 in the first round. Simone, it is your turn. The last question of round one.
Take
All right.
the
Two sets,
lead.
two sets of fathers and sons have served as presidents. What are their names?
Okay.
Last name is fine. You can do last name too. That's fine.
Gosh, lucky you.
No. for
Yeah.
real. Okay. Bush. Like, do I just say their full names?
Just the last name's fine.
Okay.
I would have
So
got this one.
I don't even feel like I know the second one. I feel okay. Just let me think about it. Is it Jackson? Or is it Johnson?
It is
Oh.
neither. Hold on. Can I answer? I won't get the points, but can I
Yeah.
answer
Hunter,
it?
yeah, Hunter can
Wait.
answer.
We
It's-
will introduce
Take it
we will
away.
introduce a steal function next round.
Okay.
How about that?
Ooh.
You got an
Well, this is for no points, but it's John Adams and John Quincy Adams is the other one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have gotten that steal. That's all I gotta
All
say.
right.
Stealing.
So first round, it is currently 0-0.
Obviously, the history buffs of the school right here.
Oh yeah, we know our stuff.
All right.
The
This
fives
one
on it.
this one might be a little bit easier.
Okay, good.
Which so this is Veronica. Which was the last state admitted to the Union?
Oh, Alaska.
Steal.
Is that your final answer, Hunter? Would you like to
no.
steal?
of
I
course
would like to
not.
steal.
Hunter's stealing. It's not my final answer. Hold up.
That is
Hold up.
totally your
Alaska-
final
I
answer.
would also steal.
Alaska was not the last state admitted to the Union?
Steal.
Oh my gosh, my
Steal.
life is a lie.
Hunter, I will give you the steal.
I obviously have it wrong.
Hawaii.
What was it?
It is Hawaii.
Let's go.
But the planters overthrew it in like 1850 or something.
But it did not become a
Gosh.
state until much later.
I did not know that. Mr. Britton, you failed me.
All right. Hunter Willis, I have a question here, but I'm not going to ask you because I know for a fact you'll know it.
No, it's
save it for the
hey,
next
Discord order. Discord order, Joe.
No,
Ah.
I'm giving you a different question. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
You're still
okay.
going next. All right. Which 4 presidents have been assassinated while in office?
Okay. Assassinated Abraham Lincoln, William McKinley. This is not in order, by the way. I know I missed one just now, but
Fine, you're fine.
is it assassinated or died in office?
Um, it is assassinated.
Okay,
I can only
so
think of 3 that are assassinated.
Abraham
but
Lincoln.
I'm probably just missing one.
William McKinley, John F. Kennedy, and let me think real quick. I'm going back. Oh, Andrew
Yeah, haven't you
Garfield.
memorized all of them?
I have memorized
Hunter?
every president
Gosh.
order.
That is correct.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
All right. This is the one that I did not want to give to Hunter. Hunter
I'm
is
not-
now at 2.
I'm
The
not
next one
gonna
is
know
for
it.
Simone. All right.
Hopefully I know it, and then I can steal.
Which branch of the military did President John F. Kennedy serve in?
Ooh. Okay, let me think about it for a minute. Anika, do you know?
I think I know, but
Okay.
I know.
Of
Yeah,
course,
of course.
you know.
That's why I did not give you that question.
I have no idea. I just want to say like the Marines or something. I have no clue.
All right. Anika, would you like to steal?
Yeah, I'll let Anika steal.
sure. Was it the Navy?
It was the Navy.
It was the Navy.
Shoot.
All right.
Sweet.
So at the end of
1
round
point.
2, it is 1-2-0. Hunter Willis is in the lead. All right. Round 3, back to Anika. Who was the first president to receive a Secret Service codename? I'll give you the
shoot.
it was someone in the 1900s. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I know. We went over this in A push at some point, and that has left my brain.
I
Let
don't
me
think I know
do
this
a
one.
little thinking here. I'm definitely not gonna get it right.
Take your time. I'll give you 15 more seconds.
Okay. Was it? I don't think it was. Was it Nixon or Ford? I don't know. Nixon's my answer, but it could be Ford, or it's probably not either of them. But
It was not.
I'll let Simone try to steal first.
Simone, try and steal.
Do
you know
Very
Hunter?
gentlemanly.
I don't know it. I was gonna say Nixon as well, but I'll keep thinking.
Would you like to steal,
Me?
Simone?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm
Alright,
just
Hunter?
gonna say
Okay.
JFK.
Hunter, would you like to steal?
So JFK is wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you repeat the question?
Who was the first president to receive a Secret Service codename?
A Secret Service code name? I'm going to go with Dwight D. Eisenhower.
All right,
Next guess.
Hunter, that is wrong. The answer was President Harry Truman.
Oh, I was getting Harry Truman was the next
Oh,
one.
you were close.
All right, now the next question is, now we're on to Hunter.
Okay.
What was that Secret Service codename?
For Harry Truman?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's a very I'd say it's a very common word used in like the military.
Hey, don't give him any help. He's in the lead already.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with common word used in the military. I'm gonna go chief.
Simone, would you like to steal?
I don't know, so no.
Anika, any idea?
Eagle 1.
All right, the answer was general.
Oh, that was close.
Interesting.
All right. So now we're on to Simone. Who
All
was the
right.
first U.S. president to appear on television?
Ooh. Let's see. I really have no idea. I might sound
This is
stupid.
difficult.
It is, because I just have like no idea when presidents would have started being on television.
I think I know this one.
I
Okay.
feel like this is one Hunter would know.
Hunter would know this one.
So don't let him steal it.
I really don't know. I'm just gonna say John F. Kennedy because that's my default answer.
All right. That is incorrect. Anika,
Okay.
would you like to steal?
I think I know.
Sure. Okay, so I'm trying to think. So I think TV came out in like the late 20s, like early 30s. And gosh, who had the New Deal? FDR had the New Deal, except FDR did that on the radio. He had all those radio shows. However, I'm still gonna go with FDR, I think.
That is correct.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Good
It's
thinking.
just because I
Annika.
knew about TV.
that wasn't
know
what I
about
was
the
gonna say.
president.
What were you gonna
I
say?
just knew when
Hunter?
TV came out.
I didn't know. I thought TV came out much later than that. I was
Me
gonna
too.
say Ike, Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh, Colorized came out much later.
Yeah. 'Cause
Colorized in like 1960 or something. I'll look it up.
I know it wasn't JFK because JFK's debates with Nixon were televised, and that's why he won, was because he was pretty.
Yeah, no. I just looked it up, and Colorized TV came out in 1954.
That must
Because
be
that's what I almost thought of. I was like, oh, when did The Wizard of Oz come out? And I was like, no, TV existed before that.
Ah.
All right. That has been the end of the round. We'll now go on to our next one.
Is this
I
the
think we're
final
gonna have
round?
we'll have one more round until our final Jeopardy.
Okay.
All right. It is currently 2-0. All right, Anika.
Yep.
Which amendment prevented the sale of alcoholic beverages in the United States?
Oh, the 18th Amendment.
That is correct.
Yes.
Jeez.
Oh,
Unfair.
I'm so happy I got that question.
All right, Hunter.
Great.
To tie it up, I'm gonna give you a hard one here, Hunter.
Yeah, of course you are.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
What year was the Black Tuesday stock market crash in?
Oh,
I know this.
1929.
Yeah.
Hunter
I knew
Willis,
that
that
too.
is correct.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
let's go.
I have a story about that quick. So I just wrote an essay about modernism, right?
Yeah.
And I referenced the stock market crash of 1929, except I put 1829 in the paper, and that was just really embarrassing.
Yikers.
The Great Depression of the 1800s.
Oh, yeah, of course.
For sure.
All right. To get on the board, Simone.
Okay, I'll try my best.
What year did the United States enter World War One?
World War One. 1919.
No,
Steal.
don't say that.
Steal.
Don't say that.
Hey,
No, that's
She
not
said
her
nope.
final
It was not her
answer.
final answer, Hunter.
Oh,
Please
okay.
be courteous.
Simone,
1917.
There's a very
Yeah,
popular
she said it.
movie.
1917
Yeah,
is
yeah.
correct. And Simone is now on the board.
Let's go.
All right. For our final Jeopardy question, it is currently 3-1. So I guess you guys can just type how much you want to wager on the Discord.
Well, aren't we not allowed to see each other's?
Just type it in, and I'll tell you when to press enter. So don't press enter yet.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. What do you
Where
mean?
do I
What
type it
So
in?
we're wagering points. So like, if we get it wrong, we lose this amount of points. If we don't get it wrong, then like we win that amount of points.
So just
No,
keep
I
it in the
can't.
box, and I'll tell you when to press enter.
Is-
That's how
I
we're
like
gonna do
don't
it.
Tell us
see
if
any
it's a-
place to type it
This
though,
is
because
a
I'm on my
hard
phone.
question. Oh, Simone, hit the little minimize button in the top left corner.
Okay.
Some
It's-
real technical stuff going on.
Oh my gosh.
I still don't see it.
This is it? It's like two arrows.
Okay. No, I know. I did the minimize thing. I just couldn't find the chat, but I found it now. so
Okay, epic.
Okay. Wait, is it a hard question or an easy question?
It's gonna be a tough one, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's gonna know this one. All right.
All right.
So has everyone decided how many points they'd like to wager?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Who was the first woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress in 1916? I'm gonna give you guys 30 or so seconds. You guys can.
Wait, do you want us to type
Yep,
in
type
our?
it in
Were we
right next
supposed
to your
to enter
points.
our answers
Yep,
already?
type it in right next to your points, and then I will.
Well, now we can
tell you
change our
guys.
points according to the thing, but I'm not going to. Don't worry.
Nope. Be truthful, Hunter.
I'm
Looking at you.
truthful.
Well, it's a good
If
thing
you guys-
I wagered what I did.
If you
Yeah,
guys,
same.
if you guys get the last name right, I'll give it to you.
Oh, he just left.
I've seen. Oh, here he is.
That was a good
I
try.
remember
I've
learning
seen-
about this, but I just don't
Well,
remember
and
what
I
it
also
was.
she's from Wyoming, is what I know.
Oh.
And also I remember gosh, why couldn't it be state? Because I'm like 98% sure it's Wyoming. I could have it wrong.
Wyoming
too,
is
though,
like the
and then
most
people are gonna
progressive
fact check me,
state.
and it's gonna be embarrassing.
I-
Yeah, definitely.
Super
today.
progressive.
Well, okay, they used to be super progressive because like
No,
they're.
Can everyone hear me all right?
Now
Sorry,
we
I'm having
can,
some
yeah.
Discord
Yeah.
issues.
All right, I've got my wager and my answer. I think.
All right.
I don't have my answer. Hold up.
I think I'm
can't-
wrong, but-
I can't even think of this.
I have no clue. I'm just gonna guess.
I'm just gonna put someone who I know who's a historical figure, but I certainly know wasn't the one elected.
All right. I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds.
Gosh. What if I just put Liz Cheney?
Actually, it was Amy Coney Barrett. I don't know.
All right. If you
Yeah.
guys want to now type in your answers and press send, we'll see if anyone got it
Okay.
correct.
That was a complete guess.
The fact that we both put singer.
And 0. Hold on, I'll move the camera so you can see this. Look at these answers here.
All right. The answer was Jeanette Rankin.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Margaret Sanger was birth control, right?
Yeah. See, the name like rings a bell for me, but I would never be able to tell you that off the top
Yeah,
of my head.
same.
But she
Me
was
as
from
well.
Wyoming. Was I right about that?
I do not know actually. I could look that up though right now.
Also, Simone, you lost your 1 point, so now you're back down.
I know. Back off the board.
Back off the board.
Oh, I love the profile pic change.
So
Oh, thank you.
it is. She was actually from Montana. Republican from Montana.
Shoot.
Same.
She
I
was
was
actually
close enough.
reelected in 1940.
So, Joe, what are we
I'm
gonna do
pretty
about
sure-
this tie?
I think I'm gonna give you guys one final question,
Okay.
and whoever gets it right wins. So you guys can do the
Okay.
thing where you put it in the box. I'll give you the question.
All right.
Wager points.
I don't think we'll wager. We can just answer.
Just question. Perfect. Do you want?
I
us to
gotta
type
make
in
sure I
our
give you guys a
answer?
good one. One that I think someone will struggle with.
Okay.
It's gonna be me. It's what.
I can't believe we both did 0 in Sanger. That cracks me up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Exact same thing.
Great minds.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right.
Same wavelength.
All right. So the last question here is gonna be, what is the name of the theater where President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated?
Oh, Hunter
And
knows
you get a
this for
second point
sure.
if you can tell me where it was.
Oh my gosh. Hunter, you definitely know this.
I know the theater name. I don't know where it's from.
Yeah, I don't even know the theater names. So
Can I guess
I'm gonna
the
know
theater
it
name just for fun?
as soon as I see it. I'm gonna know what it is, and I'm gonna be annoyed at myself that I couldn't remember it.
Can it be the state and not the
gosh.
city? Because I don't know the state, but I have a better chance
Hunter,
of guessing
you're
the
gonna
state.
win this because I
Yeah.
don't know the name of the theater.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, why can't I remember this? That's embarrassing.
It is
You
a
got it,
fairly
Anika.
historical location, even in current day. I'll
know.
give you that hint.
Ooh.
That's the issue. Oh my gosh.
All right. Do you
Alright.
guys have your answers?
I have mine.
I do not have an answer. Hunter, you take it away because I cannot think of it, and I'm gonna
I'm
gonna know it as
guess
soon
too,
as
just
I
for
see
fun.
it.
Yeah, you can guess.
Okay.
All right. Are we sending When are we gonna send here?
Yep. Just send whatever your guess is, whatever you have.
Right now?
I don't have anything
Yep,
to
go
send.
If you're both ready.
Ford Theater. Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
All right. So it was the Ford Theater.
Yes.
It was in Washington, D.C.
Oh!
So I don't know if I can.
Simone got. I think
Let's go.
Simone.
Simone's back
She got-
on the
yep,
board!
she did get it perfectly. Yep.
Wow.
So
wins.
the final score, it's going to be Anika, 3 points. Hunter, 4 points. And Simone, 2 points. Thank you for playing. And I think this is going to wrap up our podcast. If you guys have anything you want to shout out your social media for the Let's Vote. Everyone can go check that out.
Yeah, follow at Let's Vote WI on Instagram.
And then go check out our website, link in bio.
Yep.
We will we'll try to link that down below on the YouTube video then.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All
Thank
right.
you guys so much for having us.
No
yeah,
problem.
thank you
Thank
for
you
having
guys.
us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. You guys are definitely one of the more interesting guests we've had, community wise. So very glad we got you guys on.
Good. Well, I can say for myself that I had a lot of fun. So
All right,
Same.
glad to hear it. All right, so thank you guys for watching from the website. This has been the 10th episode, I believe, of the OWHS West Index podcast. 2 more left till the end of the semester and the unfortunate end of Joe Mayo's podcast career.
Yes, very sad.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We go into production for the newspaper this week, so next week Friday we'll get you the newspaper out on the website and in person. So thank you guys for watching, and catch us next time on the OWHS West Index podcast.